Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome to the Emotional Healing Art Retreat. I'm so happy that you have decided to join us. This is day one, and I would love to see your beautiful faces. My name is Leah Guzman, and we're gonna just about ready to get started. All right, we got Erin here, beautiful. And yeah, if we could put our faces on and just make sure that we have the mute button on, we'll be all set to go. All right, so I am super excited to be here. I'm honored to be here and to be your guide this evening. And I pulled a card for all of you. Are you interested in seeing what card I pulled for you for the Art of Healing and Manifesting deck? So right before we got on here, I pulled a card. Are you interested? You want to see what I got? Okay. Usually I pull one like we're together, but I was like, I'm gonna pull a card. Let's see what's coming in. And I pulled this card. And this is a girl who has her eyes closed. She has a rainbow coming from her third eye. And it says, trust the process. All right. So it says, where in your life do you need to surrender? Ask for a sign and trust the process. Let the universe guide you, even if you can't see the entire path. Beautiful. So I know that you don't know what we're doing tonight. I'm already get into what we're going to be doing, but we're actually going to be going on a journey together. Okay. We're going to be doing a self-discovery journey. And so I'm just asking you to be present and trust the process. Okay. So I invite you to stay the entire time, because if you just like come in and out, you're not going to get the full experience. You're not going to understand the process. Okay. So just trust it. Just be present, just turn off whatever tabs, turn off your phone, just get into a comfortable space. If you need to get some water, that's totally fine. And have your art materials in front of you, okay? All right. So I love that everyone's putting where they're from. Beautiful. If you would like to put how you're feeling tonight as a texture, I'd love to see that. I want to see how you're feeling. I'm feeling kind of soft and fuzzy myself, but I'd love to know how you guys are feeling. All right, so we are going to get started. Are you ready? You want to get started? Everyone's ready? Okay, beautiful. I'm going to show you my slides, okay? The only rules that I have for tonight is there's going to be no judgment, okay? We are just going to be creating this evening for your expression, okay? So there's no good, bad, right, or wrong, all right? So just, oh, we got some prickly, we got some fuzzy. Okay, I like that. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. Andre is excited. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let me just pull my screen back up, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So just to let you know, we are going to be meeting for the 3 days. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Oops, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on one second. And all right, share screen. Here we go. Can you all see this screen again, the blue screen? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So we are on day one, I had mentioned, and just look at this slide. Okay, this is a very important slide because it says day one, journey to self-discovery. This is where what we're going to do is I'm going to be posting this particular slide, this picture, into the Facebook group. So if you're not a member of the Creative Soul and Retreat, be a member, because this is where a lot of the magic happens. Okay, when I post this picture tonight, this is where you're going to post your artwork under this thread. Okay, and this is where we really get to know each other, and we get to be seen, and you get to be heard, and this is where we really get to connect. Okay, because there's like close to 200 of you on here, which is amazing, but it's really hard to like be able to talk to everyone, but we get to do that in the Facebook group. Okay. So I really do invite you to just take note of this picture and post your art under there, and it keeps it all nice and neat and organized. And I'm going to be doing participation prizes. So if all you have to do is just post your art and then comment on three other people's art. All you got to do is just like let other people be seen and heard. Okay. And so when you do that, I'm going to be giving away the prize for tonight, which I'll announce tomorrow. Who's the winner is my 21-day healing art journal experience. Okay. So it's like these little 15-minute videos that get you into the creative flow for 21 days. And that's what you can win. Okay. So I'm going to pick somebody. I did pick somebody. We already have a winner because I had did like a letting people know to share. And we have Lisa Swartley did a lot of sharing. So I'm going to give her the first prize of the 21-day healing art journal. So congratulations. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and introduce myself. So I see a lot of new faces here. I'm very excited to be here. I am a board certified art therapist. I've been practicing for over 20 years. I can't believe it. So this is my life work. This is like why I'm here and what I do. And I'm very passionate about this. I've been featured in a few magazines, which is pretty cool. I have those listed here. I've been able to reach a lot of people, right? Because I came online, which is really cool. I do have a private practice, and I also work with people in person, but stepping online, I've had this beautiful opportunity to support many creatives in their journey of transformation and being able to manifest their desires through art therapy, which is a very powerful practice. So I'm kind of curious, is everyone here familiar with art therapy? You can put it in the chat. Maybe you've experienced it before. Maybe it's been something that you've done before. Maybe this is something new, okay? New for you. So an art therapist has a master's degree in art therapy and practices. I'm a published author, and I've written 4 books, a children's book called Rad is Mad. I've wrote the Essential Art Therapy Exercises book, the Art of Healing and Manifesting book that's with the chakras and how to heal and manifest, and then also the Anxiety Relief Activity book. So, which is amazing because one of the books has been translated in over 6 languages, which is pretty cool. And I'm also the founder of the Creative Soul Society. So when I started coming online about 4 years ago, I would do these retreats, and the people who participated really wanted to meet more regularly because I only do these a couple times a year. And so this is where I started the Creative Soul Society. So we meet about like 3 times a month, and it's just an opportunity to keep art for self-care on a consistent basis. Okay, so this is what's really important to me, and it nourishes my soul just as much as it nourishes everyone else's. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be discovering unconscious blocks through art journaling. Okay, so I hope everyone has an art journal. If you don't, that's totally fine. You can just fold a piece of paper like a book and use it just like a book. Okay, that could be your art journal. We're going to be uncovering and understanding obstacles that could be stopping us and what shapes our emotions and behaviors. And really, this retreat is about learning new coping skills. So it's not just tonight, but like every day is building upon itself. So I do invite you to stay all the days. We have the 3 days which are free, and then we have 2 VIP days. But this is an opportunity to learn how to use your art as a way to cope. Okay, so we're going to be doing different exercises each day that are going to be building upon themselves. And if you were to miss a day, that's okay. We do have replays. I'm going to be sending replays out the following day and you can find it on my YouTube channel. And like I asked you, if you could stay to the end, because that's where you're going to find out all about the insights. But I will be able to answer your questions at the end as well. We are going to try to keep this just like at the hour. Stay for 1 hour to work and play. I always feel like healing should be play, and that's how we learn new things. That's how we learn new coping skills, is through play. But we will have time to answer questions at the end. All right. So are you all ready just to start diving in? Yes? Okay, cool. So we're going to be doing the Don Jones assessment. This is a really, really old art therapy assessment, but it's a really great way to have fun and go on a journey together. So what we're going to be doing is a visualization, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to do 4 different drawings, and they're going to be 5 minutes each. So I'm going to I'll put some my timer on. I'm going to put some music on, and what you can do is, if you like my music, you can keep it on, or you can put on your own music if you don't like it. And you're going to be doing a response to the directive that I give you. Okay. So what we're going to do is just start off by having your material. So in front of me, I have some markers, I have some oil pastels, I have watercolors, colored pencils. I like to use a variety of materials, but you can use whatever you have in front of you. Even if it was a pencil and a pen, you could still do this, okay? And like I mentioned, I do have my beautiful art journal in front of me, which is really nice. What we're gonna do is you're going to take 4 pages and you're just gonna number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we're gonna do 4 exercises. 1, the second page is 2, 3, and 4, okay? And again, if it was just a single piece of paper, you could go ahead and number your paper. All right. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to get comfortable, because part of this process is we're going to be closing our eyes. Do you feel comfortable doing that? I'm going to close my eyes just so I can have a visual. I like to see where we're going, right? And we're going to close your eyes and just go ahead and put your hands on your lap and just take a deep breath in and release. You can take another deep breath in and release. Now, part of this journey that we're going to go on together is you have the day to yourself and you are very happy about it. And you have decided that for this day, all to yourself, you're going to go on a journey. And it's going to be through a field and into this beautiful wooded forest that you have been eyeing for a while. So you take yourself to this beautiful, it's almost like a pasture, and it's full of flowers, wildflowers, and you are walking through this beautiful pasture of wildflowers. And you're walking to that forest that you wanted to see because you've been driving by it so many times. And so as you're walking over to the forest, you see a gate, and the gate is open, and you see that it's a pathway with a trail. So you decide to go ahead and take yourself into the forest and see what's on this trail. And as you go, you're walking through the trees, and it's a beautiful day. The sun is out, the birds are chirping, the air is crisp, and you feel very, very relaxed. And so you're walking through this forest, and you start to hear the sound of water. And you're walking towards the water. You realize, oh my goodness, there's like a river. So you're walking towards the river, and it's actually a raging river. It's going really fast. It's moving fast. And you see that the path continues on the other side of this river, and that people have been able to get to that other side to continue on this path. And you're very excited about this. You're like, I want to go on this path. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to figure out how you get to the other side of this raging river. And so I'm going to pause, and I'm going to put some music on, and I'm going to have you draw out how you get to this other side of the river. Okay, so I have the directions here in case you need a visual, because I'm a visual person myself, and I'm going to show you. Draw out how you cross the river. And I'm gonna put some music on and I'll carry the time. So I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes. You can add as many details and show me how you get to that other side. And there's no judgment here. Remember, there's nothing good or bad, right or wrong. If you don't know how to draw, stick figures will work. You're just showing yourself how you get past, how you get through to that other side of the river. How do you cross the river? All right, we're going to spend about 1 more minute so that you can go ahead and add whatever details that you'd like to add, because we're going to continue on this journey of self-discovery. We have an adventure to go on. All right. Well, congratulations. Guess what? You made it. Woohoo! You made it over the river. You've crossed the river. Okay. So we're going to continue on this journey. And if you still want to make some art on there, you can. But we're going to go to the next step. You can always come back later to finish what you've started here. Okay. So let's go ahead and get comfortable again because we're going to start visualizing what's the next steps on this journey, okay, that we're on. So I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And you are now walking down that path, okay? And it's actually, this path actually goes up, not down. It's actually an uphill path. You're going up this large hill that's almost like a mountain, and it has a switchback path. So that means it's going to the right, it's going to the left. It's actually really fun. You're enjoying yourself. And as you're walking through this path, you are just having a good time. And then all of a sudden, this wild animal jumps out in front of you. And you're a little bit shocked, but I'm curious to, hold on one second. How do you continue on the path? So you got to get past this wild animal that just confronts you on your journey. So I'm going to ask you to draw out that wild animal and what you do or how you get to the other side to continue on your journey. So I'm going to put the music back up and I'm going to give you another 5 minutes to draw. Yes, this is on page 2. So just go ahead and move to page 2. And there's no wrong or right. It's just being expressive. What you're going to be doing is drawing out the animal that's jumping in front of you and then how you're going to get past it. And if any emotions come up, that's okay. Just allow them to be there. We invite emotions to come in and flow through. And it could come out into your drawing as well. Okay, we're going to draw for 1 more minute. All right. So congratulations, you did it again. You figured out how to get past this wild animal, and you get to continue on this amazing journey of self-discovery. So what's next? Okay, so I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and we're going to continue on this switchback path. Okay, so we're heading up this very large hill, and we could actually see the top. Like, we are walking, right? And we're going from the right to the left, and the right and to the left. And it's getting hot. It's like, oh my gosh, I've been going, having to cross a river. This wild animal jumps in front of me, and I'm just getting hot. And I'm walking up this hill, and all of a sudden you look up at the sky, and you realize this large cloud has just moved in, and you start to hear the thunder. You're like, oh no, what's going on? And it just starts pouring rain right on you, and you're just like, oh my goodness, what do I do? So you start running. You're like, you could see the top of this very large hill, and you're like, I'm gonna get to the top. There's got to be somewhere for me to go, because it's shorter to the top than going back down. So you're running to the top, and at that point, it is hailing. It is coming down. There's like stones hitting you. And you're like, I got to get some shelter. I need to get out of this lightning and thunder. And you're running, and you see at the top that there's actually a cave that you could find shelter. So you're running towards the cave. And then right when you get to the cave, you see two scary monsters. And they are guarding the cave. So I ask you to draw out these creatures, these scary monsters, and how you get into the cave. So again, I'm going to hold that time for you. And you can go ahead and draw it out. Yeah, so if you have just joined, just to let you know that this is a full hour. So we've been on for 30 minutes already, and I would definitely watch the replay because it is a process. Each day is going to be a process. You want to start at the beginning and wait to the end so you can get the full experience and learn about it. I'm going to be sending out the replay in the morning. The replays will be up through the weekend, and this experience is just for right now. All right, we're gonna go for one more minute. All right. Well, congratulations. You did it again. You made it inside the cave. And you are really tired. It's been a journey, right? You've done a lot. And so I invite you to close your eyes again if you feel comfortable. And you are inside this cave and it's safe there. You know, you're not getting wet. The storm is outside. But you decide, you know what? You're just going to wait in this cave until that storm is over. So you go ahead and you take a seat. And it is dark in the cave and quiet. So you decide to just take a nap. You're like, let me just wait till the storm is over. So you actually lay down on your hands and put your palms out like a pillow. And you start dozing off. You're very comfortable and you start dozing off. But then all of a sudden, you hear something and you open your eyes. And when you open your eyes, you actually see something. So you're not alone in the cave, and you get to draw out what's in the cave with you. So that is the next drawing. This is our last drawing. And you can go ahead and draw that out, and I'll give you the 5 minutes. I love what Leah Rose said. She says, if you were hiding in a cave, what would you wish was in there? Guess what? That's true. You get to choose here. You're the artist, right? What would you put in the cave? Thank you, Leah. Yeah, the power of manifesting. I intentionally put something there. Yeah, you have that power. All right. All right, so I'm going to ask if one of you, I'm going to stop share for now. And I'm going to ask if one of you would be so brave and be able to share, just share like a story, be able to say, I went here, then I went here, then I went here. Would anyone be open to doing that? We're just going to pick one person because of time's sake. Robin Singer, would you like to unmute? There you are. Okay, Robin, I'm going to ask to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. That was really emotional. Um, that was a really amazing journey. And I met my mother in the cave, who has been gone for most of my life. So
Well, beautiful. Can you tell us what started at the beginning? How did you cross the bridge?
I stepped over it.
You didn't create a bridge. I just put that in your mouth. Like the river. How did you get to the river?
Should I show the picture? Do you want me to?
Yeah, please.
So I stepped over it.
Mm.
And then what was the next?
The next
Oh,
one is
our wild animal.
Mhm.
It was a dog. It
Mhm.
was just a dog, and I held out a stick to play with it, and then just had flowers in my hand to show that I was non-threatening.
Mm.
And then the monsters, I just used the same flowers and just offered them as a peace offering, I guess.
Mhm.
And then I encountered my mother.
Beautiful. She
So
gave you in your drawing. I love that. Awesome. So I'm going to tell you a little bit why we did this and what it means. Okay. So for everyone here, is going to be totally different, right? Because we all have different ways that we cope, right? And so this is about self discovery. So the more that we know ourselves or know our desires or know our fears, the more that we can be able to trust ourselves, right? And the more that we know ourselves, the more we can trust ourselves. And then we can start choosing decisions that will make us feel aligned, okay? And will make us feel happy. Okay, so we're going to be learning different techniques about healing. But what I want you to see tonight is, how am I coping? How am I responding? And again, there is no right or wrong here. Okay, so there's no judgment. This is just being curious. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some of the responses, okay, of like what this means. So for like the first one, we crossed a river. Okay. So if you cross the river and you went in with like rolled up your pants and you just went charging in, and you did it all by yourself, right? With no help, like you didn't build a bridge or get a log or, did something to make it happen. Then you are very independent. So meaning that when there's a problem, you try to do it all by yourself. Might be your first initial instinct. Okay. And so if you did decide to get something to support you, that might be an instinct to get help from someone. Okay. And the reason I bring this up is that sometimes there might be situations where we need to do things on our own, right? But then there might be other situations where it might be hard for you to get support. I'm the type of person where I just rolled up my pants and I went running through that water to get to the other side. But there's a lot of times where I need to ask for help and I don't, and I find it challenging. Okay. So this is just looking at, how am I responding? And is it working for me? If it's not working for you, and this is where you get to say, hey, how can I try another way? Even though it might feel uncomfortable that way, but it might be an opportunity to say, hey, maybe I can get support or look for support, or hey, maybe I need to do this by myself. Okay. I know there's a lot of messages here, but I'm going to keep sharing. The next one is I'm going to actually have a slide for it. Okay. So the next two are actually about getting your needs met. Okay. And when I say get your needs met, is that when the animal, because we had the wild animal jump in front of us, right? And so when the wild animal jumped in front of you, it had its needs. It was like coming to you. It wanted something from you. So let me just share my screen really quick. Uh-oh. Hold up one second. Share screen. Okay. Okay. Let me put this as a slideshow. Okay. So when the wild animal came up to you, right, there's different ways to responding. So these are 4 different ways. Ideally, we'd want to be assertive. We want to interact in some way so that we can get past. We have needs too. We want to get past this wild animal because we're on our journey. We want to have fun and keep continuing on our journey. So how does this look like in real life? So this is like someone comes up to you. This could be like a boss or someone, authority figure. This could be a parent, could be someone that needs something from you. And so are we able to express ourselves? Are we able to speak up, right? Are we able to use problem solving skills if there's a difficult conversation, right? Or are we being passive? Are we avoiding the situation? Are we freezing up and not confronting it? So these are patterns, right? It's not like it just happens one time. This is like patterns that we have that could come from childhood, that could come from just life experiences. And so we're just looking at our patterns. What are our patterns, right? Or another way could be aggressive, that when something uncomfortable happens that we will use force or we'll yell, right? Like we might say mean things when we don't get our way, all right? And the last one here is passive aggressive. And this is like being like taking a stick and scaring the animal would be like a passive aggressive. I don't actually hit the animal, but I'm scaring it with something, right? I am making some sort of contact, but it's more of a kind of shooing it away. But this is what shows up in life when people will ask you to do something and you don't really want to do it, and you will say yes instead of saying no. Okay. And I have to say, like when I first did this whole experience, both of my responses to the animal coming to me and to going to get inside that cave, right? Because this is like you're trying to get your needs met. I did passive aggressive. I didn't realize I was being passive aggressive. And I have to say, I'm a recovery people pleaser. I used to say yes to everything, which led me to burnout. Okay. And so when I started to realize my patterns, I was like, oh, wow, why am I doing that? Why am I saying yes and then complaining later, right? So this is important to check ourselves, to say, hey, this doesn't feel right, right? And if you don't even notice it today, just be aware of this for this next week, because you're going to have challenges. People are going to need things from you. You're going to need things from other people, okay? And then what comes up? All right. So just be aware and see if you can think of a situation in your life right now that maybe you've used one of these. And you might be all assertive, and that's awesome, right? You might have, and that's wonderful, because then you know that about yourself. Like, well, I am using my coping, okay, and being assertive and using problem solving. You can do this through art as well, right? All right, and the last one, I'm going to stop my share for a second, which was, who was the person? What was your name that shared? I'm trying to look here. That I called upon, which was so beautiful. You shared that you drew your mother inside the cave. Is that you? Oh, sorry. If you could write your name in the chat, that would be great. I really appreciate you sharing. The last one is about it's more of like a Jungian approach. It's looking at what is like your psyche, what is your soul either craving, what is it needing, or is it something that you are like repressed and then that you don't want to deal with? Maybe it's like fears that you have and that need to be dealt with, okay? Or maybe it's like the person who shared, which was really beautiful, was your mom. Maybe just getting in touch with your mom, even though she's passed, but like honoring her in some way. Making art about her, or doing some things that she loved to do, just to honor her in some way. Okay, so this is kind of getting into that psyche level of what is in my unconscious, what wants to come out and what wants to be explored. Okay, so I know there's like 267 people here, and I want to see everyone's artwork, and I want to know what you created, right? So what we're going to be doing is that slide that I showed you at the beginning, I will be posting that in our Facebook group, okay? And so what you'll want to do is you could post your artwork there, and then just kind of give us a synopsis of like how you responded. I know some of you are putting it into the chat here, and let us know how you responded. And then even if you have some insights of, hey, I can relate to how I responded here with how I respond in my life. Okay, that's where the juiciness comes. That's where the ahas. Okay, and what's beautiful about this is you could do this years later and then see if it's changed, right? All right. So, not sure where this person came from. So what we're going to do, thank you. What we're going to do is, I have something else for you. I want to read everyone's. Oh, Joanne said she killed hers. Okay, that says a lot. Yes, that's aggressive. And then think about aggressive situation in your life where you, maybe someone's needs need to be met, or you need to get your needs met, and think about how, hey, what's another way? And this is where we're going to use the art, like moving throughout the days of how we can use our art to deal with situations. So when we get triggered, or when things happen that make us feel uncomfortable, we're going to start to use our art to problem solve. Okay. Okay, this is funny. I can't wait to see your art in the group chat. So I do have something else for you, and it kind of goes along with this. Are you all interested in knowing about it? Would you like to know about something else that would benefit you as part of this process? Yeah, okay. Okay, I gotta read what someone says. So if I drew a squirrel and went out of my way to walk around the path, am I avoiding the issue? Yeah, because there's no interaction with the squirrel. So walking around. And so thinking about how that would relate to your life. Carlina is in full warrior mode. Now, these are so fun. Okay, there's 73 messages. I wish I could read them all because I'm going to really laugh. I'm going to come back and read them. Okay, so let me go back to, I'm going to share my screen one more time. So all about knowing yourself. So important. And it's powerful. I promise you, like when you do this work, when you do the inner work, the outside work, it all begins to change, right? So I'm saying, like, I used to be a people pleaser, and it all changed when I started saying that, wow, if I can change my behaviors, my responses, everything else can change. Okay. So, what other part I wanted to share with you is I do have this VIP experience. And I don't know if you all saw this in the emails that I sent out, but I want you to just know that if you're interested, if you like this kind of work, because we do have 5 days of this, 3 of these are totally free. I'm giving this as a gift to you. But we do have 2 extra days where we're going to continue diving deeper and using different exercises. The other thing is you get this really beautiful art journal, which is my favorite because it holds the art really, really well. And you also get a trial of the Creative Soul Society membership as a 30-day trial. Okay, so if this is something that interests you, and you'll have access to all the replays as well, then you are welcome to go ahead and take advantage of this today. Okay, so just to let you know, on tomorrow we're actually going to be doing the emotional scale, the emotional guidance scale. I'm going to show you how to use it. It's a really cool technique. On day 4 and 5, we're going to be doing symbols of change. So looking at your own personal symbols that you use in your art. And then day 5, we're going to be talking about navigating emotional landscapes, life's challenges, and how we can use our art to set our course and be intentional. Like how Leah had mentioned, she's like, I got to choose what I wanted to be in the cave. You have that power, right? So it's all about how we respond. So we have the art journal that comes with it. It's really awesome. Reflections. And I had mentioned the Creative Soul Society that we meet a few times a month, and you can cancel anytime. It's $33 a month, but this is like going to the gym. It's like your self-care practice. And you have the replays. Woohoo! So if this is something that interests you, you're welcome to check that out. I'm going to go ahead and read some of these responses. There are 98 messages here, but I did want you to remember to post your art. I'm going to go ahead and I'll post it in the Facebook group. And I really want to see how you responded, and we're going to learn some more about ourselves tomorrow too. So if you have questions, I'm going to go through here. So if you have questions about anything, I can answer them now, because we are just about at 9 o'clock. Oh, I did good tonight. I only wanted to stay an hour, so this is perfect. Okay, Jen says, I gave mine something. That's great. Assertive. I wish I was more assertive in real life. Yes. So this is going to come up. These situations are going to come up in real life. And this is where we get to say, how do I want to respond, right? You have that power. Oh, Joanna killed hers too. Okay, Kate asks, what does it mean if I stared them down and use the force to go by? Ooh, that power of the force. Well, I guess if there was an interaction, if they acknowledged you as well. I don't know, it's kind of like on the fence of being avoidant and assertive, but I know that the force is your power, so. Oh, so you're asking me about the third picture. The third picture is the same as 2, except for the needs were different, meaning that when the wild animal jumped in front of you, it had needs, right? It came in front of your path, and then you needed to get past it, right? But then when you got to the monsters, you were in the rain, right? And you needed to go inside the cave. So you needed your needs met. And so that's like going up to like 2 parents or to 2 authority figures to say, hey, can I get past here? Can I do this? Like, how do you respond to that? when you have needs met, are you scared? Are you assertive? Are you aggressive? Do you trick people? Yeah, so that was page 3. Ooh, fire. For somebody used fire. Okay, so if you're confused about it, you're welcome to ask me a question. I'm just going to go through the comments here. Brian says, I tried to touch the rabbit and feed the scary bird monsters. Yeah, so I love that, Brian. I do see this in a lot of drawings where the interaction is giving, and how beautiful is that, right? Like giving a food or trading something. I mean, you could bring whatever you wanted on this journey. I didn't say that, but it's your journey, right? That's our imagination. So Lisa says she shared her sandwich. Beautiful. She had a sandwich with her, right? So that's what's cool about art, is that you get to use your imagination, and same as life. You get to use your imagination. You get to bring with you what you want. You can make this stuff up. Okay. Therese said, I asked Spirit for help, and Spirit sent me a gigantic bird to help me across, and I hopped on its back and flew me to the other side. And then I saw the lion, bear, tiger, but flew over it and gave him a piece of advice. So you wouldn't want to be Sia wouldn't want to be okay. So that's awesome. So Teresa, I'm assuming that you use Spirit as a source for help too. Okay, so Sean says, what if I just saw and encountered an animal and it didn't run away, use force or scare or give it to me? It was just kind of like, hi. Okay, so you just said hi. That's an interaction, right? That's being assertive. You weren't scared. You didn't respond or react. All right. Okay, I think I answered the question about 2 and 3, about getting your needs met and getting their needs met. So hopefully that was clear. Samantha, yeah, so you want to have more explanation on number 4. Yeah, so that is, I was mentioning that it's more about like your unconscious desires, like what is there, what is, maybe it's something that you need or something that needs to be expressed. Like I've seen this in different ones where the person who came on here, she had mentioned her mother who passed away a long time ago. It's like, this is like, that's what her soul's calling, to be in touch with her mother, right? I see it where someone might have put something scary there, and so it's like representative of a current fear. So okay, so if they have a current fear, they put something scary there, then how does that relating to their life? So that's the next question, is what are you scared of? What's coming up in your life that is making you feel fear? Okay. And it's just like the same as dreams. I don't know if you ever done anything with dreams before, but there's a certain emotional element that comes up in dreams. And you're like, that was like a strange dream. What happens? Like going to the cave is like your dream. And so, but what's the emotion? So let's connect to the emotion there. And when you connect to the emotion and be like, okay, well, what needs to be sorted out? Why is this emotion coming up for me? Right? What is this related to? Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If not, then we can dive deeper. And then tomorrow we can do that as well. Okay, I'm just scrolling through the comments. Okay, so I think I explained 3. Hope everything went good on that. Do we get a thumbs up, or do we need to go more over like number 3? Do you all understand it, or do you want me to go over it again? Maria says thumbs up. Thank you, Maria. Okay. Um, okay. Jaden says she loves her journal. Yeah, the journals are cool. I had someone write me and said that they put their vision board, they copied, took a photo, printed out their vision board, and then made it the outside of their journal. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a good idea to put inside of, the top of your journal. Mary says, I stopped, shouted to scare it away, ignored the monsters, and met my deceased mom. I too walked through on the water without support. Ironically, I feel like I walk on water unsupported every day at work. Yes. So this is where we're diving deeper and saying, okay, what can I do differently to either open up to receive support or be able to ask for support, right? And thank you, Mary, for giving a concrete example of how this relates to your life. Okay, that's what we're doing here. And that's what I want you to do in the Facebook group too. Okay, and the name of the Facebook group is Creative Soul Online Retreat. Okay. If I didn't pay for the VIP, can I have access to the replay? Yeah, you have access to the day 1, day 2, day 3 replay. All right. All right, so I think I'm going to end now. I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I'm going to go ahead and post that picture so we can see everyone's work. Does that sound like fun? So don't forget to comment on 3 people's work, post your picture as well. All right.